We're in the golden age of the blog, so it's time to kick it up a notch.
2014? How is it 2014?
Rave with Dave. Here's my show, so let's kick it.
What do you got? Oh, right, you lose.
Sometimes I just want to grab him by the shoulders and go, come on, apply yourself! You know, like, shit, man, it's not okay to live with it.
That's impossible. You don't have original thought. Every thought you have was created by me.
Spooky.
Hey guys, this is Rave with Dave. Here's my show, let's kick it.
Alrighty. Welcome to the first Flickr podcast of this semester. So we'll be holding these like every once in a while just to talk about the latest films, films that have came out over the summer, as in today, and films that are coming out later on in the year. So if you can't catch all of tonight's podcast, this will be up on YouTube by Friday. So be sure to check it out there. I know obviously the video won't be as entertaining, but since we only have 2 working mics, but we'll do our best. So
it's all good.
Yeah. So Flickr Film Society, onto us, is probably, I think it's the only student film organization on campus at the moment. Our main goal is to help students make films that they want to make. So, I mean, if you're interested in any kind of film aspect, whether it be production or critical studies, you definitely have a home at Flickr. So
you don't have to be a film major either?
Oh.
Nope, you don't have to be a film major. You just got to have an interest.
We do take plebes.
Yeah. We'll take... I mean, the fee is $2,000, so...
Yeah.
No,
No, it's actually $2,500.
I actually had to give them my firstborn child in order to get in.
That's correct.
Wait, you only had to give your first?
Oh, you had to give both your first and your second?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's awkward.
Okay, so we meet every Mondays at 7:30 in Morton 100. So if you're interested, come check us out tomorrow. We'll be there. Yeah. So
we will have nachos.
Will we?
No, we won't.
We won't have nachos.
That's a promise we can't make right now.
See, now you have to have nachos.
Even with the 2,500 fee.
I would not trust anything Brian says throughout the rest of the night. Okay.
That's a good call.
All right, so we have a few of our members in here right now. So I guess we can introduce ourselves, and I have a little icebreaker here. So when you're watching like a foreign movie in a language that you don't know how to read or speak, do you prefer subtitles or dubbing? I'm gonna start off. Okay, I'm Nick. I'm in my 4th year at UNC-W. I'm a film and music double major. I definitely prefer subtitles because to me, if it's dubbed, and most of the time, when it is dubbed, it's just embarrassingly bad. So I prefer subtitles just to see the way it was originally intended. Yeah, that's about me. I guess we'll start with you, Brendan. So.
All right, my name is Brendan. I just transferred to UNC-W, and I'm also a film major. And I prefer sub just because when you do dubbed, you don't really get that performance aspect of it. You don't get delivery from the actors.
That's a good point, yeah.
Like, say someone's watching The Dark Knight or something. You don't pick up on Heath Ledger's performance if you have it dubbed.
Cool. Mike?
I'm Mike. I am a film major. I just switched from marine biology. And I prefer subtitles over dubbing as well, basically for the same reasons. I feel like I can't really view a person's performance when they're dubbed over. And also, I just prefer hearing the language. I think dubbing's more distracting than subtitles.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right.
So, hi, my name is Brian. I am a 3rd year. I am a film major because if you're not a film major or you are a film major in something else, you are a plebe. Totally kidding.
Almost.
Yeah, don't trust.
And my thing is, I definitely like subbing because the difference between subtitles and dubbing is like this. Hola, me llamo Brian. Estoy muy cansado. And hi, my name is Brian. I'm kind of tired. That is the difference. All the emotion out.
Cool.
Yeah. My name's Chris. I'm a sophomore, and I definitely prefer subbing because, I mean, it messes with, along with everything everyone else said, it messes with the rhythm of the scene because you don't get it in the natural language that the director directed for.
Yeah. Cool. Anything else you guys want to talk about that's going on in your lives right now before we go ahead and get into stuff?
I would like
Oh,
to
come
do
on.
something.
Gee, why did you
You're
do
gonna
this?
plug.
So I have a plug.
Ah.
If you guys really like this and you like me making horrible jokes throughout all of this, I actually have my own show, Tuesdays at 5, on hawkstream.org.
What a
Wow.
plug.
Oh.
And if you don't like Brian, we also have another Flickr member who has a show, Cody Cannon.
Yeah.
So what time's the show? It's like Thursdays at
6.
6. Thursdays at
Yeah,
6.
Thursdays at 6.
Check them out. Cannon
If
X
you don't
Machina.
like movies and you're here for some reason, we also have a lot of musical and talk show programming running 24/7
Wow.
on hawkstream.org, in case you forgot.
Anybody else have anything they want to talk about? Or?
Mm-mm.
Remember, hawkstream.org.
What was that? One more time?
It's hawkstream.org.
How do you
was
spell that?
It's HAWKSTREAM .org.
Oh, .org.
Really,
Okay.
I was-
Is it .com or is it .net?
It's
I forgot.
.org.
.org. Okay.
Okay.
I'll
Cool.
remind you at the end, don't worry.
I was seriously hoping you would mix up a couple letters in there, and it would,
Nah.
All right. Well, okay. We'll go ahead and move on to our first topic. So, as something we all come into contact with, anybody that creates content for to use as whether it's art or something has to go through copyright, and another thing is called fair use. So, what is fair use? What qualifies as fair use? If Mike, do you want to go ahead and elaborate on this?
I'm going to read the exact definition for just to start it off. Fair use is defined as excerpts of copyright material may, under certain circumstances, be quoted verbatim for purposes such as criticism, news reporting, teaching, and research, without the need of permission from or payment to the copyright holder. And a lot
Isn't parody in there too?
Yeah.
that's part of criticism.
Okay.
And yes, parody is though part of you can parody something. And
that's part of it.
piracy is a problem, but most companies and stuff, and even certain individuals that release their own films, independent films, they attack users who are using their freedom of speech and not breaking the law, and it's kind of handicapping them because there's certain things they can and cannot do. You can get a strike, and the thing with the strike is that basically the video gets taken down, and if you get 3 strikes, you cannot you lose your channel altogether, and that of course is a big issue. And a lot of times with these strikes is that the person who creates the complaint and stuff, they don't have to show any evidence. They just have to fill out this paper and submit to YouTube, and automatically it goes down.
I was gonna bring up the guilty until proven innocent thing.
Yeah,
'cause that's
and
a big part of it.
The biggest problem is with strikes is that you also can't create appeals for claims, which is more often and more common, but less severe than strikes. And what a claim basically does is that they claim that your video is copyrighted, and you can get as many claims as you want, but you can only ask for appeals for 3. And this is also an issue because if you you can really safely ask for 2 appeals, because if you anger the people, they can make the claim a strike. And also when they create a claim, you have to wait 30 days, or you don't really have to wait for 30 days, but the person can wait 30 days before responding. So you're stuck without your video for 30 days, and there's pretty much nothing you can do about it. I think the thing that really bothers me the most about this is that the copywriters that create this issue is that they don't get any punishment they're wrong. They don't care. They really hurt people that are kind of dependent on this income from YouTube, and there's really nothing they can do about it because the law is working against them, unfortunately, the way things work. There's probably more in there that I'm missing.
I mean, that's definitely a great start.
I'm trying to get off the top of my head.
It's definitely something people need to be aware of, especially us as student filmmakers when we use YouTube a lot. So just knowing the risks that can potentially be.
Yeah, and I know from my YouTube viewing history that pretty much every film critic online deals with this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nostalgia Critic deals with it, Chris Stuckman deals with it,
Yep.
Jeremy Johns deals with it, Your Movie Sucks deals with it. Everybody,
Sorry.
dude, Your Movie Sucks is great. But
YMS.
yeah, but all of them deal with it, and they all get treated so unfairly under this. They get a video taken down, they don't make any money off of it, no one can view it, and that's kind of hard considering that's their living. They've dedicated all their time, their money, and their living to just doing this one thing. And if they put a poster in the wrong place, they're done.
Yeah.
They make no money off of a certain video.
Not related to film, but something where I think this is actually an interesting thing where it comes from, is with video games. So like if you're one of those people that like likes to play a video game and then you post your walkthrough online, some places like Nintendo.
Yep, Nintendo does not
is
like
not
that.
cool about walkthroughs.
Yep.
It's like that's some of the time how I decide whether I want a game or not. Is I watch a walkthrough, and this looks like something fun, I'll buy it. Like that's, I don't want to have to spend money. Like there's not a Blockbuster anymore. I can't go out to the Blockbuster and rent a video game anymore.
Yeah, especially since video games are like $60 a piece.
Oh, yeah.
Like the biggest regret of my summer was buying No Man's Sky for $60. I wish I'd watched something, because
That's
dear
plus for a lot of
God,
people.
that was bad.
All right. Well, definitely something to think about. I mean, if you're interested or like whatever
Or you're
in like
in
film, in media or anything to do with YouTube, especially, copyright's definitely something to watch out
It's a big
There are
for.
also a lot of YouTube videos explaining fair use,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
good.
Nostalgia Critic and YMS, just the name too. They did videos explaining fair use, and I recommend watching
Because
them.
those guys get a brunt of it. Like,
Big time.
because they basically show clips of the movie throughout it just to comment on it or make fun of it or whatever. And I know Nostalgia Critic brings up Universal a lot. Universal like usually slaps down anything that he puts up of theirs. And yeah, even like Your Movie Sucks, like they put a disclaimer at the beginning of the video, like this is fair use.
Yeah.
Like there's no way that this isn't fair
You know,
use.
something that I find funny that hasn't been slapped, as far as I know, with a fair use claim, is CinemaSins.
Yeah.
But there's-
It does seem strange, but I think
There's
with
still
the
criticism
amount
there.
of voiceover he does and the amount of criticism
Yeah.
he makes, it's really hard for you to make a copyright.
The only thing that was most of the time with claims is it's actually based on criticism. Because if a film could just get rid of all of its negative publicity with like a snap of the fingers, they would. Which is usually which is why most people like to try and use the claim of fair use when taking down videos. It's usually due to that criticism one.
What's ironic though is that whether good or bad, this is like free publicity for them, and it really brings up a lot of times, well, maybe not so much ratings, but sometimes it does, but just money and income. And speaking of money and income, one of the things that really bothers me is when they're able to monetize it, which basically is where they kind of like say, oh, this is actually our review, so they take the money the reviewers like make off of it, and even if they're able to fight back and like win over like, oh, this is ours, or the claim goes gone, the money is the company's. They can't get their money back.
I had no idea that was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's disgusting, and one of the solutions I think is that it should go into a separate holding, so that way no one has it until an official stamp can be put on it, like, okay, whose money is this actually going to? So it can actually...
You watch Philip DeFranco some of the time, don't you?
No, I don't.
Oh, he
I've
says
never
something
heard of
similar.
I've never heard of it, to be
He's a
honest.
news guy on YouTube.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I also feel like there's kind of a responsibility from YouTube to kind of protect its creators. Because, like, I remember Chris Stuckman talking about how, like, he did a Casino Royale video leading up to Spectre, and it got taken off. And it got, like, 2 million views or something, and he got none of it because Sony took it down.
Although something you do have to consider is technically those big giant companies are also creators on YouTube. I mean, if you're like a Universal or you're a company or Sony and Universal both have channels.
Yeah.
So technically they are defending their creators, just to play devil's advocate.
Yeah, no, I hear you. But there's also the other thing when, like, it is fair use, and then absolutely nothing is done about it. They can just go over to another channel and be like, hey, we're going to take your thing down now, too. Like, there's no restriction on what these studios or whoever wants to go in there and just be like, hey, you're not using this correctly.
It's also not just studios versus YouTubers. It's sometimes YouTubers versus other
Absolutely.
YouTubers.
Yeah.
Especially with the whole Fine Bros thing that happened a
Yeah.
couple months
Yeah,
ago.
it was a big deal.
No, that was a
Had a
mess.
lot of backlash across
Like,
all.
you were not the only people who use the React to.
Wait, don't say that. God,
Oh.
that's 100
Oh,
grand
moving
gone.
Hey.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was definitely a great, discussion about copyright, and definitely, obviously, it's something to be aware of if you haven't been aware of it already. So, so before we move on, I'd like to give a shout out to Walt, Damien, and Jordan. You guys on their way back from Asheville,
Nice.
listening in. So thank you guys.
Awesome.
Also to Kate for commenting in the Flickr group. Thank you for listening.
And would any of them happen to be listening on mobile devices?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Because you can't listen to Hawkstream on your mobile device. Just go to on your mobile phone.
Jesus Christ.
www.
Is it hawkstream.org? I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Cool.
Getting out of hand.
All right. Well, let's get into some films.
Great.
Let's do
All
it.
right.
All right, so the first one on our list here is Captain America: Civil War
Let's go.
by the Russo brothers, right?
Yes.
Yes.
They directed
That
it.
was good.
Came out in May. Here's the little synopsis. So for those of you that don't know
Boy.
anything about Civil War,
What's Captain America?
I don't know who that is.
so
What's the Civil War? Too. I'm not aware of that.
no,
No.
nobody.
It's people
Okay.
fighting for
DC
something.
Oh, okay.
Cool. So it says here that political interference in the Avengers' activities causes a rift between former allies Captain America and Iron Man. So
There's a rift.
Yeah.
if you haven't
For
seen the
sure.
movie,
There's definitely a rift.
there you
There's
go.
There's also at the same time though this weird sexual tension.
Between
Like okay, so if you think about this, if you look at it a certain
Alright.
way, the entire movie is about Iron Man being jealous that Captain America likes Bucky more.
okay.
Think about it for 5 seconds, you know it's true.
we literally just got on the topic.
I have
And
not
already
seen
on
It's
sexual
already
tension.
about this.
Disclaimer, I have not seen this movie. Everything I'm hearing,
All right, no spoilers.
Okay, so
Uh-huh.
for
Uh-oh.
Not
for
spoilers,
really
no
no
spoilers.
Alright, let's
spoilers.
do it.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Spoilers or no spoilers?
Spoilers.
Let's do it.
Spoilers.
We gotta. It's been out since May, I suppose.
You had a shot.
If you
Spoilers
don't
for
want,
Captain America: Civil War ahead.
yeah, go ahead and tune
The
out
two
for a
people
couple
who haven't
minutes
seen
here.
it leave.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
Recommend
Alright.
seeing
I'm
it.
not getting up.
yeah.
Great movie.
But
Alright,
yeah, no,
so-
but what do you guys think about my point? That if you look at it a certain way, it is a movie about Iron Man being upset that
You're
Captain America put Bucky first.
Well,
You're not wrong.
the whole thing about the movie that I find interesting is it is kind of a movie about friendship, especially between the dynamic of Bucky, Iron Man, and Captain America.
Sure, friendship. Let's
And
go.
especially, I mean, like Captain America's whole motivation throughout the movie is like, I want to clear my friend's name. Like, I love my friend that much that I want to do this for him because he's my friend who got me through so much back in the 40s. Like, so I could see where you're coming from with that. Yeah, but yeah, just God, this movie's so good in the way it builds character.
Spider-Man and Black Panther were the best.
What do you
I
think
can't
about?
I
wait
agree.
for Black Panther's movie.
If I could get a Black Panther Spider-Man like crossover movie, and it's just them being witty the entire time, I'm cool with that.
What do you think about their like location titles?
Oh, the
Those
giant
Those were
location
so
titles.
annoying.
Not annoying. I think they did that so like when Spider-Man came in, they were like, they
Queens.
knew it. Yeah.
That, you see, that's the thing, because when that happened in the theater, I saw it, everyone jumped up and screamed. It was literally the greatest scene. Like,
Man,
you see Queens, and everyone's like, oh my god, it's time. Let's go.
Yeah, it was
The
definitely
moment
very
we
anticipated.
paid
yeah.
for a ticket for. Like, it's great.
I think the funniest part though is Spider-Man and Captain America, although on different sides at this point, we're talking about where they were from in
Yeah,
New York.
Brooklyn and Queens.
So
I
it's
love
like
that.
Queens, Brooklyn. Alright.
It's one of my favorite moments of the movie.
Which is hilarious because his Brooklyn was probably pretty close to Spider-Man's Queens.
Oh, yeah.
Brooklyn now and Queens, not the same.
Yeah, yeah.
How many people do you think bought a ticket for that movie? Like, literally bought a ticket for that movie just to see Spider-Man?
All of them.
A lot.
All of them.
I don't know. I was
portion.
All of
You
them.
and
was-
like,
I was 100% Ant-Man, so
Oh yeah.
that was my
Talk about
reason.
another best part of the movie.
Yeah, he was good.
Ant-Man was incredible. Every time that Paul Rudd came on screen, I couldn't stop laughing.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, Team Iron Man, Team Captain America, Team Ant-Man. Come on.
Team Ant-Man, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's that whole weird like switching thing between Black Widow. Black Widow was like, I'm on Team Iron Man. I'm kind of sort of on Team, Captain America. But then towards the end, she's still technically on Team Iron Man. It's this weird thing. I don't know.
Well, yeah,
Like
that's.
double agent status.
they never explain what happens to her too, which kind of bothers me. Where
I mean,
Tony Stark is like, they're coming for you now for helping them escape, and she goes, you should be worried about yourself. Then she walks off, and you don't see her for the rest of the film.
well, yeah, because she's Black Widow.
I mean, she might disappear, but it would be
She's
nice
the
if
spy,
explained
like-
it.
She's
in
in
here
Hong
herself,
Kong
I
somewhere.
promise.
Yeah, no, we'll get a Black Widow in like a movie in like 2 years, and she'll just be in Hong Kong for some reason. Don't ask why Hong Kong, but it's gonna be Hong Kong. Just
Wasn't that the
now.
same thing as
Make us
Lucy?
like Hong Kong.
Shh. Oh, okay.
Just shh.
Did
I don't know if that's.
Not into the mic.
But yeah, and and another thing to talk about with this, I think this is probably Robert Downey Jr.'s best performance as Iron Man, in my opinion. There's so much raw emotion brought from him, especially in that like final scene. He does great, and those little like sit downs between him and Captain America are
He's my
so
friend.
well written. And
So
so
was I.
yeah,
That was
just
heartbreaking.
tears everywhere.
I did that scene with my best friend as a dub smash. Oh, it was sad.
Oh god.
So, what were your So something positive, something negative? You think maybe what carried the movie, or what could have been better about the movie?
Honestly, there's not many things I can say too negatively about this movie. I loved beginning to end. I mean, sure, there may be a few holes in there. Like, I know a lot of people like to complain about Baron Zemo's plan.
Yeah.
But, like, even then, his the thing that makes this movie work a lot, I feel like, is the motivation. Because let's take a movie like Batman v Superman, where the motivations weren't as clear. Then we go over to Civil War, which is a lot more similar to Batman v Superman than a lot of people like to say it is. But, like, the thing that makes Civil War so good is the fact that you understand why everyone is where they is and why they're doing it.
Okay, cool.
Well, the first time I watched it, I loved it. Very little bothered me. The second time I watched it, a lot more bothered me. But I still think it's a really good film and a really good superhero film. It's just, and overall, it's just mostly little things that kind of just add up. Like how they're running as fast as cars, like going 40 miles per hour. I was like, really?
Superhero movie.
Superhumans, like
Yeah.
I don't think
Captain
that
America is a
strong, though.
superhuman.
I mean, 40 miles per
There's
hour.
a guy shooting
caught a
webs
car
from
in
his
the first
wrists, and
movie.
that's the thing we're dogging on.
I mean, that's fair. And
A guy
then-
growing really tall. You know?
There's a guy with a gem on his
Highly
head that
realistic.
makes him come alive.
when they're running when like Black, who am I thinking of? Not Black Panther's chasing the Winter Soldier and Captain America to the jet. I don't understand why Vision doesn't just destroy the jet, but he destroys the tower instead to try stopping them. Like, to me, that just doesn't make sense. Like, it's like a small thing. Like, it's a small
Whatever.
thing, but it's like the little small things kind of. I still think it's a solid film. I really like it. The last scene, like the last fight scene, is great, and of course Zemo's plan doesn't make the most sense, but it works enough that you can like watch and be like, okay.
And Daniel Bruhl is such a good actor that he pulls it off so well.
Yeah.
Zemo is the guy like in the comics with like the purple ski mask looking
Yeah.
I believe
his
so.
swords. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm
Alright,
thinking
so
of the right guy.
good Spider-Man and Black Panther. Bad, it feels like at certain points, not all points, but certain points, it was like, okay, what can we do to get us to the next action sequence?
I feel that.
It is a superhero movie.
Yeah.
And that is the focus of them.
And I'm okay with that. I'm just saying, if we are going to come up with complaints, that is my main
That's a
one.
very fair complaint. I mean,
Yeah.
it-
But then
it is
those
very
action
typical for
sequences floor you with how good they are.
Oh, they're
That
so
airport
good.
scene was one of the best things I've seen
I
in my
agree.
life.
Yeah.
There is some attention to detail.
Oh yeah, the Russo brothers know how to choreograph fights,
Mhm.
which is even more insane considering they just came from Arrested Development and Community. And now they're like the Captain America directors.
That's cool.
Aren't they doing the next Avenger films?
Yeah, they're doing Infinity War.
Cool.
I'm cool with that.
Oh yeah, I'm down.
Mainstream media.
Yeah.
So what's next?
Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and move on to something not entirely similar. Nice Guys, directed by
Oh.
Shane Black.
Oh, yeah.
This is
Yes.
Came out in May. I'll read the synopsis again just so we get into it, you
Oh,
know.
Fantastic.
A mismatched pair of private eyes investigate the apparent suicide of a porn star in 1970s Los Angeles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great film.
So I guess we can touch on the visual style maybe,
Loved
or
it.
maybe Ryan Gosling's performance. Something else you can talk
Or
about
the visual
alone.
style of Ryan Gosling.
That's also true.
Yeah, he made himself look like himself. It was perfect.
I mean, I feel like the one thing to talk about, especially considering Ryan Gosling, like the reason I feel this movie works so well and why most Shane Black movies work so well is because of the comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And the chemistry between Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling is just magic. Every scene, there's a laugh. Whether it's just like a little look. My favorite scene in the movie is where Ryan Gosling's like got his back against the tree and he sees a dead body next to him and he's just like making these motions towards the dead body,
Yeah,
and these little noises.
It's very
And I couldn't
classical
stop.
humor,
Yeah.
It's like a Three Stooges type
It's-
thing.
It's almost like if you were to put, like, the Three Stooges, great example, into a dark comedy.
Yeah.
Like, the situations are definitely dark, but the characters act like if they're in a regular comedy.
Yeah.
So it's this weird hybrid between
Hmm.
regular
I
comedy
want
and
to
dark
see this movie.
comedy.
You should, man. If you played it in Lumina, it was great.
When? God. I always miss the good
You
ones.
need to get a schedule,
Yeah.
like a schedule of all the stuff that's in Lumina,
Yeah, I would love that.
and then just,
Like on Facebook.
like, yeah. Like,
Wait, is it really on
Yeah.
that?
Ace Films.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Events.
It's
All
not
right.
on Hawk's Nest.
My
I
bad.
look.
No, not this
Not
one.
on Hawk now.
Hawkstream.
Hawksnest.com.
There's not Hawks. There's not Hawks Nest.
No, with like Chick-fil-A and
Hawksnest.com. All your radio needs.
No,
That's
It's
Hawksnest.com.
also not Hotstream. It's Hawkstream.
Okay, cool. So we got Ryan Gosling. We're talking about his classical like humor performance, kind of like the Three Stooges.
Yeah.
So I guess we can go more into the visual style. What do you think?
Shane Black knows how to show LA.
Yeah.
Very 70s, and it's nice. It was very well put together.
Yeah.
It's great because the movie, not even just visually, is very funny, and yet you're still genuinely interested on the actual like case, like the mystery. Like you want to see it solved.
Let's also talk about Matt Bomer. He didn't show up very long, but his performance was good.
I love Matt Bomer. He's not like that giant yet, but whenever I see him in a movie, I'm just like, hey, that guy. He's got so much
White
charisma.
Collar.
You guys all watched White Collar, right?
Oh yeah.
I haven't
No,
watched White
I don't.
Collar.
White Collar is
Fantastic.
good.
I've seen.
I don't film
trailers
much.
and stuff, but-
I loved his
Or
performances
TV show.
in both Magic Mike films. I will say that.
I think White Collar's all on Netflix now. The whole
It should be.
series.
Pretty sure. Some good stuff. So remember, guys, go to Netflix.com and watch White Collar.
That's
How do you spell that?
What's Netflix? I've never heard of that.
FLIX.com.
Sponsored by Netflix.
We did a Flickr fight about Netflix versus Hulu.
We did.
We
on our
did.
YouTube.
So how do you get to that? It's youtube.com/Flickr Film Society.
Maybe Flickr Film
It
UNC-W.
might be. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't forget to
Flickr
look
Film
up Fair
Society
Use.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, look up fair use.
While you're there, go to youtube.com/YOUTUB.com for videos on fair use and
HTTPS
this video. If you want to see the video. No one does the colons.
But yeah, I will say
Those aren't
though,
required anymore.
just to go back on his point about the case, I don't know. The one thing I did feel lacking in the movie was the case. Like I feel like when I watched Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which if you like The Nice
wow.
Guys, you should watch Kiss Kiss
That's a
Bang Bang.
reference.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's my favorite movie by him, but I feel like
Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer in that movie is incredible. And I don't know, I feel like the case in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is so much more, there's so much more revealed and so much later on. Like I feel like Nice Guys, you get an hour 15 in and then the game's kind of given away. I feel like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, I was a little more like guessing throughout the movie.
Well, at the same time, I feel like with Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, it was more about the case
Yeah.
with a couple of funny things thrown in. Whereas I feel like Nice Guys was the exact opposite. It was a lot of funny stuff revolving around a case, not the other way around. So it's almost like they were each other's opposites.
I can see that.
Cool. Any other like comments on Nice Guys?
Go see it.
Yeah.
Definitely see
Great
it.
movie.
Yeah.
Cool.
It has Ryan Gosling, it has Matt Bomer, it has
Russell Crowe.
And Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, and Ryan Gosling. I'm not going to spell
All
Ryan
you-
Gosling
that's all
because I
you-
might screw it up.
Kim Basinger also makes an
It
appearance.
does not have Emma Stone, though.
It doesn't.
But it has Ryan
Go
Gosling.
out, go see La La Land. That looks
La La
good. When's
Land
that
looks
come out?
amazing.
Like
Yeah.
December.
December?
We should talk about that like next time too.
Yeah.
Should.
They good music choice too in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right.
Well,
Well,
we're
let's
talking about Nice Guys or La La Land?
let's keep
Nice
it
Guys.
rolling here.
Yeah.
Go on to a film that actually just played in Lumina last night. Swiss Army
Talk
Man
about movie.
Yes.
So
I've seen this one.
by the
weird.
Daniels.
I
It
watched
came
it
out in
today.
July.
So good.
I do
watched
not
it
have a
today.
synopsis
Love
on this, but
There's no way to describe
You
that
have,
movie.
Yeah.
My advice is watch the trailer. If it's something you think you'll like, you'll probably like it. Go see it. If you watch the trailer, you're like, I'm not gonna like this. Don't watch it.
there's
Like,
more to it than what the trailer shows
There's
too.
more
Oh,
to it than what the
absolutely.
trailer shows, but it's a really good start-off point, and pretty much from anyone that has decided not to watch it, but then end up watching it. They're
Like,
like, yeah,
if
I
you
really
want to
did
like
like it.
rethink your life, then watch.
I have to
Swiss
say
Army
this
Man.
about
Yeah.
this movie. It is the only movie that has ever made me tear up from a dead body farting. I will say that.
Yeah.
Essentially, okay, so going back to what it is, Swiss Army Man is exactly as it sounds. A Swiss Army knife, just replace a knife with a dead body.
Yep.
So,
Played by Daniel Radcliffe.
yeah,
Well, actually,
The dead
it's
body.
it's a dead
Played by
body
Daniel
that can
Radcliffe.
talk for some reason.
let's not get into that.
For some reason.
Assuming that
Daniel
it's a dead
Radcliffe
body,
is
like-
magic. That's why.
He was Harry Potter.
He was and forever
is,
will be.
Is Harry Potter.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, it
Did
was-
you have something to say, or?
I think it was just a great film. It took me like a few weeks to really like digest, I guess you could say, like
Yeah.
my thoughts about it, because I was
I
really
still
just
haven't
confused. Like
processed it.
the only thing that I would say that kind of bothers me is that when you discover that I forget his name, not Daniel Radcliffe, but the
Paul
other
Dano?
Paul Dano.
Yes, Paul Dano.
Okay.
He, when you discover that his character is not insane, but you see that all their activities throughout the film is right behind the house, that kind of bothers me because it was presented as being like a long time, but that is such a small thing. Other than that, I think it's a great film, and this isn't a flaw, but just something to kind of remember. It is kind of creepy that Paul Dano's character had like all these photos of that girl. And
That's
stuff.
the point.
Yeah,
I
like
think.
it's. I mean, it's not like a flaw at all with the movie. It's just something to think about. I think because it's
I
just
think
creepy.
So the thing about everything being right behind the house and it being presented as being a long time, it's to show the distortion of time for him. Because really, if you look at the movie, it could all have happened in one day and one night. Like
That's
if
true.
you really watch the movie, because it does feel like it's taking a really long time. But there's only 1 or 2 nights shown. There's only a little bit of walking. He's not walking very far. And once they've built the whole thing, that's that one night, that next day is pretty much spent around in that same area.
That's fair.
So it very well could be all in that same spot and be intentionally like that. So I mean that's just something
Also,
about
so
that.
there are two camps that believe that Daniel Radcliffe is a magical dead body, and the other camp, which is like, Xano's character hallucinated the fuck out of all of that.
I don't think he did personally.
He hallucinated it.
I think he hallucinated it.
He
but
hallucinated it. He
the
was
way-
dragging around
like,
a dead body.
Yeah, I think he hallucinated it, and he projected his own thoughts and insecurities and everything onto the dead body to make this. It's basically a child that he raised so that his life had meaning, even though he was because he was on his own. He felt like his life didn't have meaning, so he did this.
Okay, let's just talk about the one very uncomfortable part of this movie. That whole conversation about masturbation.
There were
That was
many
sweet.
uncomfortable.
That was
scenes
very
in the movie.
sweet. It was a very sweet scene.
It was a very
So
sweet
which part are we
scene.
referring to? Are we
Well,
referring to the
here's the
part where
thing.
he talks about how he can no longer masturbate because it makes him think about his dead mother?
That was
But
a very
then
sweet
Manny
scene.
said, so he didn't feel alone. Manny told him, just like, so you're not weird. When I masturbate, I'll think about your mother too.
Like I said,
See, the one thing
Like,
that
hold on.
makes me think though that this was definitely him hallucinating the dead body is how would Manny know what this guy's mother looks like?
Imagination.
But he's just trying to make Dan
Yeah.
Radcliffe feel better.
Mhm.
And I think that was a really sweet scene. Like I said, it's like he's raising a child through puberty. And so it's like Manny's like a child who doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know about the world. So Daniel Radcliffe is teaching him.
Yeah.
And it's a really sweet scene
Mhm.
because it's showing Manny's innocence and how Dano is projecting his whole thing on him to give his life something to do, give himself something to do when he's dying in the woods.
I think something that's very interesting about this film is there's so many theories that you can tag on to the whole situation with Paul Dano's character. So is he crazy, or does he just have social anxiety? How did he end up on that island? Is it all in his head? Stuff like that.
Why did he have all these pictures of that woman?
Yeah, and
Is
any
he,
one of them
stalking
could be
her?
right.
Oh yeah, everything that I just said was made up on the spot. I'm still processing that movie. I saw it
Yeah.
last
No,
night.
he only has one photo. He went to the Instagram later.
No, because remember once they find the phone, the police show her that, and she says, "Why do you have all these photos?" I think that they didn't
Really?
show
I
us
thought it
all
was
those
just,
photos.
why do you have
You
a
only
photo of
see.
me?
I thought it was, "Why do you have all of these photos?" Or somebody, and people say
It was just her photo on the bus.
Yeah, I think it was
But
just the photo of her on the
He
bus.
he was on her
was scrolling
Instagram,
through her Instagram.
but he was imagining that it was him in place
Right,
of
but
her.
I could have sworn
husband.
the line once they found it was, "Why do you have all those pictures of me on
Yeah,
your phone?"
I think that
Implying
was
there's a lot
Is
of
it?
pictures.
All right, we gotta go watch it again.
Yeah, let's watch it.
I
right
mean,
now.
I think you have to watch it again just
Bye-bye.
because.
I mean, yeah,
a lot
I'm
of
gonna watch it
things.
again for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, well, I
I
mean,
think that's so. I think it's supposed to come across as he's like a social anxiety person. He has a lot of social anxiety, and he may be a crazy stalker, but we don't know. It's very ambiguous, and it portrays him as a pretty innocent guy.
Yeah, like
with
it's
social anxiety, but he might not be. He
yeah,
might
until
be
the end.
a serial killer. For all we know,
and the body's
and
one of
that's
his
why he's
victims.
running.
Mhm.
That's why he ran away. We have no idea.
Another cool aspect, besides the multiple theories that you can attach because it's so open-ended, is something that was really cool about this film is it was shot with 5 different cameras. So they used the Arri Alexa Mini, the Arri Alexa XT Plus, the Phantom Flex 4K, the Red Epic Dragon, and the Sony Cine Alta PMW EX3.
Were these all to get different looks?
Yes,
Different
I know
scenes?
for sure that they used the Phantom Flex to get the slow motion. It's sort of like the same model. So it might not be the same model, but it's the same type of camera that they used on like Sherlock Holmes to roll down the frames per second
Okay.
for the slow-mo shots. Yeah, so that's something really cool. I don't know for sure why they use certain cameras in certain areas, because
I mean, certain cameras have certain effects.
like
in,
dynamic range and
different lighting conditions. So it very well could have been to create like a dreamlike state in some
Mhm.
scenes, a more reality type feel in other scenes. I mean, if you have access to a bunch of different cameras,
Yeah.
you can really stylize your movie.
Yeah, it's definitely very stylized, especially
Absolutely.
with the score, which I haven't.
Yeah.
I have not
That-
seen anything
oh,
like this before,
man.
where they would take like their voices and like what they say on screen and create music out of that.
Isn't the entire soundtrack made by, or all the vocals are Paul Dano and Dano?
And Daniel Radcliffe, yes.
That's
Mhm.
just blows me away.
It's a
Yeah.
unique
It's
film.
it sounds.
Yeah.
I was listening to the soundtrack last night because after the movie,
Mhm.
I loved it. I just loved it so much. It's incredible.
Yeah,
I
and they do
love
like a lot
it
of,
so much.
especially with the montages. It's insane.
Yeah.
Like they just take their voices and then like I guess they like copy and sample like their words that they say, and I guess they obviously they called them in for other parts of the score, but then they had Andy, I think his name's Andy Hall and here we go. See, I have it here somewhere. Oh yeah, Andy Hall and Robert McDowell, part of the Manchester Orchestra. They wrote
Wow.
the music. The Manchester Orchestra is not like an actual orchestra. It's like a
Yeah,
indie rock
yeah.
band, and they like
So that's
wrote the music to back what they said. And it's, I don't know, it's really
that's
cool.
really cool.
Yeah.
That's something. Yeah, it's something I've never seen before.
It's a very like simplistic score, but it's just so powerful. Like
It added to
yeah.
the movie so much. because
Yeah.
You're not hearing. It adds to the isolation of the movie because there's no other characters. It's them too until the very end.
Mhm.
So it adds to the isolation of the whole thing. It's just them, and the score reflects that.
yeah, it's innovative and simplistic at the same time.
Yeah.
I really like it. Okay. Any other thoughts on that movie?
So
Go see
many,
it.
but
Yeah.
Go see it.
go see it definitely.
Okay, well let's go ahead and kind of like give our thoughts on summer as a whole. So like top 5 maybe movies of the summer, maybe bottom 5 movies of the summer.
Let's do it.
So I mean, what are your thoughts around here?
All right. Well, I feel like summer 2016 is kind of like the rest of summer 2016, where it's just really disappointing. Like I feel like this has been one of the worst years for movies in recent memory, because I feel like from 2008 to 2015, it's just been years of like great movies throughout. And 2016 is where we got to pay the piper and like just take some bad movies. But were some great ones because, you know, people are still making great movies. And my top 5 is comprised of, at number 5, Hunt for the Wilder People.
Still, I'm watching that
I
soon.
need
I'm
to
ready
see
for
that.
it.
It's so good. Director is Taika Waititi. He did What We Do in the Shadows, which is
Oh,
another
yeah.
great movie.
I need to watch
It's
that.
my cover
too.
photo on
Yeah.
Facebook.
And he's
Yeah.
about to direct Thor 3, which if you guys saw that YouTube video that Marvel posted where it's what was Thor doing during Civil War.
That was
He directed
hilarious.
that, and his fingerprints are already all over it. But yeah, it's basically this kid and his like adopted father like kind of go out into the woods because it's a whole thing with like family services are going to take the kid away because Sam Neill's wife originally like adopted the child, and now that she's dead, they're like, we're not leaving you with creepy Sam Neill, so you're gonna come with us. And the kid just runs away into the woods, and then Sam Neill finds him, and there's like a manhunt for this kid because child services is freaking out like, we've lost a child, we need to find him right now. And so when they like put up all the posters on the news and the internet, it's like, this predator has taken this child into the woods. And it's basically this like chase through the woods, and it's really sweet, it's really funny. Sam Neill is incredible. I don't know who the kid actor's name is, but he's also really great. Really
I'm
funny,
idiot.
really sweet. Absolutely recommend it 100%.
Okay, cool.
Number 4, Hell or High Water, which stars Chris Pine, Ben Foster, Jeff Bridges, and Gil Birmingham in like a kind of modern Western thriller. And it's basically these two brothers, Chris Pine and Ben Foster, rob banks. And I'm not going to tell you why, because it's kind of a big deal in the movie, like why they're doing it. But it's basically these two guys and these other two guys who are cops, who are Jeff Bridges and Gil Birmingham, are chasing after the bank robbers. And it's a really well done, really character driven thriller, and it gets all the Western parts to it too. I feel like it's one of the best Westerns in recent memory. Really funny, really endearing, gets tense when it needs to be, gets really touching between Chris Pine and Ben Foster as it goes along. Really, really solid movie. One of the best of the year so far, in my opinion.
Cool.
Then, number 3, moving right on to another Chris Pine movie, Star Trek Beyond, which I feel like was one of the most overlooked blockbusters of the summer.
It's interesting.
It's so good. I feel like... I wasn't a huge fan of Into Darkness. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I kind of hated it a lot.
I hear a lot of people did.
Yeah. And I feel like the reason why is because it didn't really feel like a Star Trek movie, and they kind of went away from the characters that I felt like they built so well in the first one. And this really gets back to that. It's like, it starts out as Kirk just kind of being like, man, how much longer do we have out here? This is getting tiring, and this is the worst. And it's kind of like just the crew going along in their like kind of day-to-day lives. And then this thing happens, which is like, it's this thing called the Swarm, right? And it's one of the coolest effects I've ever seen in my life. It's just thousands of ships going in and through the Enterprise, and it's one of the best action sequences of the year, and it's awesome. And yeah, I feel like it's a really fun, really funny, just one of the more clever summer blockbusters of this year. Really great movie, lots of great action sequences. Justin Lin from the Fast and Furious franchise does a great job. Everyone else from the cast does a great job, and really, really great movie. And then number 2, Pop Star, also very underrated film.
Still haven't watched that yet.
So good.
That was good.
Is that coming to Lumen anytime soon?
Oh yeah,
Hope so.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Basically, the Lonely Island movie, which is Andy Samberg, Akiva Schaffer, and I'm blanking on the other guy's name. But those 3 guys went out and made a movie, and it's one of the best comedies of the year.
So what was your favorite song in Pop Star?
Oh, the Bin Laden song, 100%.
Sorry, it's not called the Bin Laden song.
I know it's not called the Bin Laden song. I'm not saying it.
Okay.
I'm not saying
You're
it.
gonna say it?
You can look it up. It's the funniest thing ever, but like, I'm not saying it.
Children listening.
I'm sure they
There
are.
are not children listening.
I don't think there are children listening.
Maybe.
It's too late.
Oh, shoot.
My dad's
Dang. But
Oh,
yeah.
we just got flicked.
Oh, man. But yeah.
Flicker?
Yeah.
But yeah, basically the parody movie of like pop stars, and like it takes a lot of shots at Justin Bieber, particularly, and how like all the weird
observed.
animals, all the tattoos, all the...
Took a shit in the Anne Frank house.
He did. It was very funny. And just all around, really solid mockumentary. Probably one of the better mockumentaries I've ever seen. Like, it really does its job well. It really takes time to get the characters right, especially Akiva Schaffer's character, who was like the guy who left the band at the beginning stage of Andy Samberg's band, the Style Boys. And Chris Redd is kind of like Andy Samberg's competition, and he's also like perfect, like absolutely great delivery on every line he's ever spoken in that film.
Cool.
Really funny, really great. And then my number 1 was Civil War. Like, I love that movie too much.
Cool.
There was too many great things in it for it not to be Civil War.
All right, and we already talked about that, so just give us a quick run through what you think was the worst, maybe.
Oh, okay. So I got my top 5. I'll go through that. I won't go through it in much detail.
Yeah.
So my bottom 5 might be kind of weird because it's got some pretty well-received movies.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I feel like all these were like well-received. I think they got all fresh scores on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
All right. So my bottom 5 are, at number 5, The Conjuring 2.
Okay.
Number 4, The Shallows. Number 3, The BFG. Number 2, Sausage Party. And number 1, Don't Breathe.
I will fight you on Sausage Party. I will not fight you on Don't Breathe.
I'm just
Don't
glad you
Breathe
didn't put
was the
Everybody
worst
Wants
movie.
Some there. So.
I'll agree with you.
I liked Everybody
Shallows.
Wants Some.
Yeah.
Hated The Shallows so much.
See, I feel like the theme with most horror movies this summer, and why so many made my bottom list, is because they have this like great setup. Like the first 30 minutes of all these movies are decent to really good, and then it just slowly declines into ridiculousness in each and every one. Like you saw Don't Breathe, right?
Everyone should have died in Don't Breathe.
Hey man, I have not seen it.
I haven't seen it.
It gets ridiculous, right? It gets stupid towards the end. Like I just started laughing in the theater, like especially when the turkey baster came out.
All right, so you're ready for Thanksgiving, right?
What?
You ready for Thanksgiving? Oh, I can't wait for
All right,
Thanksgiving.
that's enough of that. Okay, so
Yeah, that's my bottom 5.
that's cool. I mean, if you want to pick his brain on why he put those in the bottom 5, come to Flickr and ask him. So,
Yeah, there you go.
does anybody have any other movies to add before we like kind of go on to whether the top 5 or bottom 5?
And
I agree with him though. Like this year has been pretty bad for movies.
It's terrible.
Like
Every
I
year
don't
has
think,
their bad
I think
movies,
only
though.
a couple of movies have actually
But not so
made back
many.
their
That's
money.
true.
A lot of them have actually scored what they were supposed to.
At least we know it's gonna get worse with monster trucks.
That
Monster
looks
Trucks
bad.
looks terrible.
That was Furby Fully Loaded, but worse. I'm sorry, Herbie, not Furby.
For
That's a different
little
movie.
birds.
Herbie
Little
Fully
bird rabbit
Loaded
movies.
is Monster Trucks. That's what it is.
But yeah.
Did you have anything to add, or?
I liked X-Men Apocalypse much more than the ratings.
We gotta have a conversation about that.
I like
There's
that
gonna-
movie too.
There's gonna be like a blood
It got done.
style fight in this room.
It's not my favorite X-Men movie, but not the worst.
That
I
was
thought
that
it
was in my
decent.
worst 5. If I had
Oh, you got some arguments here.
Yeah.
We
Well,
can fight.
We
Flicker
already
fight.
disagreed on Suicide
We got a flicker fight
Squad.
coming up over here.
Ooh, yeah.
We already disagree on Suicide Squad too. Like I thought it was good. He thought it was just pure hell.
Oh, I gave it like a 5 out of 10. Like,
Fair enough.
Did you have something else you wanted to say? Or?
Yeah, there's this other movie that came out this summer called Sing Street,
Okay.
which is this like if you like 80s like kind of hair metal, like kind of poppy, like it's this. I don't know exactly how to describe the music, but it's basically a musical of that kind of 80s pop music.
So
Basically, like what's the
Hairspray.
band? Depeche Mode or like
Like Hairspray.
yeah, no, not like Hairspray.
Okay, not like Hairspray.
Not like Hairspray.
Like Steel Panther. You know that band?
I don't know Steel Panther. I'm sorry,
Oh, I've heard of them.
but kind
Black
of like
Panther.
the music's kind of like
yeah, that guy.
Depeche Mode or something like that, and it's basically this musical where this like kid, he just like transferred to this new school because his parents don't have any money and they're going through a divorce, and there's this like children's home across the way, and there's this girl, and it's like this really pretty girl, so he like walks up and is like, hey, I want to talk to you because you're a pretty girl, and she's like, why are you talking to me? And he's like, I'm in a band, you want to be in a video for my band? Sure. And then he goes to his friend. He's like, "We need to make a band right now." And it's
Oh, shoot,
just,
now I gotta see this.
it's so good.
Pretty interesting.
It's a really good movie, really fun. The music's really awesome. If you ever saw Begin Again or Once, it's by the same guy,
Cool.
Cool,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Great movie.
John Carney, and yeah, really fun, really solid movie.
Cool.
I do have one recommendation.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna change it up a little bit and go with documentary.
Okay.
And it was towards the end of the summer, September. The White Helmets, Netflix original.
Yeah.
If you like, it is fantastic. It's about like a rescue team, civilian rescue organization in Syria,
Nice.
who is like the first responders for any bomb drops in Syria, and it is absolutely incredible. I won't go into too much more detail, but
So what else do we have on the schedule, Nick?
Sounds
Okay.
interesting.
So since we're running short on time here, we're gonna pick. What's one anticipated movie you think we should discuss out of? Here we got Fantastic Beasts, Birth of a Nation.
Doctor Strange.
I don't know how to pronounce this. Moana.
Yeah, Moana.
Moana. Okay.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah. What do you think?
Fantastic Beasts.
Fantastic.
Doctor
I'm always down for
Strange.
anything Harry Potter.
All right.
Yeah, Doctor
Oh yeah,
Strange.
I'm
You
really
read-
looking forward.
Did you read the new
to
book?
Wizards.
Did you read the new
No,
book?
I didn't read.
Doctor
I heard
Strange.
really bad
So,
things about it.
See,
so
the
I did
first
not
half
read
is
it.
actually like incredible. The second half isn't as good, but like it's some solid Harry Potter.
They
It
might
might not
make-
be.
They might make a movie for the Cursed Child.
circles.
Yeah. It might not be like the best Harry Potter story there is, but it's fun to see J.K. Rowling play in that world again.
So what is this movie coming out then? Fantastic
You mean
Beasts.
Doctor
It's
Strange?
American Wizards.
American?
So basically, there was this guy who wrote Harry Potter's textbook, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Okay.
Which I
This
have,
guy-
by the way.
I read it like all the time in elementary
me too.
school.
It was
And
awesome.
yeah, so this guy basically went around the entire world and was like, I'm gonna find all the like magical, weird creatures from around the world and just like study them and write about
So it's
them.
like it's like Darwin.
Kind of, yes. I would
Wizard
imagine.
Darwin.
Cool.
Pretty much.
But yeah, so I'm not sure entirely what the story is. I know he's going to America and there's going to be some stuff that happens. Like I think all the creatures he has gets loose, and then that's the plot. From
And
what I
then
know.
also, I guess like some of the wizards
new houses,
in
American
America
houses.
seem to be like dicks.
Yeah. Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
Oh
man.
Colin Farrell.
I'm ready for the Colin Farrell.
In Bruges.
That was a
In Bruges is
freaking
great.
film.
So you guys are gonna hate me.
Funny
I
though,
actually
Adam- Mad Eye
I was not
Moody's
able
in
to
that.
finish in Bruges.
Really?
It's a great
When
film.
did you stop?
The guy who
Where
plays
do you
Mad Eye
leave off?
Movies in
That's
that.
so funny.
Last half hour or so.
Really?
Yeah.
You couldn't finish it. It's
No, it's not that I couldn't finish it. I just didn't have the time to finish
Oh,
Oh,
definitely.
okay.
go
I thought
back
you were
and
like,
finish
this movie's terrible.
Oh,
like,
no,
you had to
I
stop.
love that movie.
Worth
It's a good
finishing,
movie.
Absolutely. It is.
Although I am kind of back and forth when it comes to British comedy.
That's fair.
It
I mean,
is hit or
it's
miss,
you know,
but I think In Bruges
it's
is
a
hit.
good dark
It's a
comedy.
very much
Yeah.
hit.
Brendan Gleeson is incredible in that movie. Also, Ray Fiennes before Grand Budapest,
God.
like really stretches.
It's
his
not
comedic
Ralph
muscles.
Fiennes?
Everybody in that movie. Is,
I know a lot of people say Ray because I'm not sure. I know it's Fiennes. It's fine.
Fiennes?
I think I'm not sure. Like a lot of people just call him Ray Fiennes because it's a weird name. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I remember
His mom
hearing
called him
Ray
Ray, that's what
Fiennes
I've heard.
Seeing Ralph Fiennes and then like hearing people refer to Ralph Fiennes as Ray Fiennes. And
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Cool.
Um,
It's a shame he doesn't have a nose though.
He does.
Oh,
But yeah,
that's a sloppy name.
movie I'm particularly excited for is The Accountant.
You count?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ben, last time Ben Affleck made a thriller, Gone Girl was incredible. Like that was one of my favorite movies of that year. And Gavin O'Connor's directing, who did Warrior and Miracle, if you saw those. Anna Kendrick, J.K. Simmons, who is always welcome to be in my viewing space.
The Girl on the Train looks like it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Just putting that in.
Inferno, the Last Dan Brown book.
Inferno, yeah,
is
you were
coming
talking about
out
that before.
on October 28th, which I found out today.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks beautiful. I don't know how
Tom
great it's
Hanks-y?
gonna be, but it's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember because we were talking about it earlier. When's La La Land coming out?
I think it's Christmas.
Is it Christmas? Yeah,
Yeah.
because I want to see
Perfect.
that.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I love my
See-
Ryan Gosling Emma
see-
Stone pairing.
What I loved was like when Tom Hanks was going around. Was it TIFF that it premiered at? I feel like it was
I
TIFF.
think it was too.
Yeah, like when Tom Hanks was up there like doing stuff for Sully, and he literally like stops in the middle of his press conference to be like, "Okay, did you guys see La La Land? That movie's amazing. Like, go see it right now if you can."
Tom Hanks is amazing. We gotta see it.
Right. There is another one, American Honey.
Okay.
Theatrical release. It released at one of the big film festivals recently,
Yeah.
but it's coming out. It's
What's
theatrical
American
release.
Honey about?
I don't know. Road trip.
Look
as
it
far
up.
As I know,
Okay.
but as far as I
Food
know,
for
it's
thought.
gotten great reviews, and I'm looking forward to watching
Cool.
it.
Cool.
Theatrical release is coming up soon.
I think the top film though we can all agree is Medea's Halloween. I
That's-
think we can all
they're
agree.
making
No way.
another one?
Oh, they are.
You are kidding.
And of course they're kidding. When I saw the trailer and they
Medea's
were
not
saying
dead.
like on Halloween they're showing the black and orange, and I was getting excited. I'm like, you know, I want a good Halloween film where it takes place on Halloween, not like Michael Myers, but like something else. And you know,
Have-
but I saw
Halloween
Medea, and I
Town.
was so disappointed.
Have you seen the posters?
You know, they just need to make a Halloween
Oh
Die
my
Hard
god,
movie.
it's just
Yes, they
a
should.
Medea mask. Michael
No, they
Myers
should make a
style. It's the
Halloween
worst.
Die Hard movie. It'd be not Die. It would not
Every
be called
ho-
Die Hard. It'd be called Die Halloween.
Every horror movie is Halloween Die Hard. What are you talking about?
No.
Just no Bruce Willis.
No, it's Bruce Willis
Why no Bruce
playing the
Willis?
Die Hard character on Halloween. That's it.
I don't know.
Like now he needs to escape from.
Medea.
Yeah.
She's trying to sit on him.
Oh god.
Basically, we do Tucker
You're
and
making
Dale.
fat jokes. That's
Making
not cool.
Medea jokes.
That's not cool. Okay, fine.
So you guys got any other thoughts before we wrap up here?
Doctor Strange looks amazing.
Yeah,
said like
I
8
got,
times.
I am
Yeah,
excited
we
for
got
Doctor Strange.
Also, now that I have about 3 minutes, I would like to also once again plug
Oh come
Oh,
on.
come on, man.
Hawkstream.org.
Oh wait.
You can listen to it on your laptop and mobile device. Remember, that's Hawkstream.org.
Hawksnest.com.
No, Hawkstream.
Hawksnest.com.
That's hawksnest.com.
But, yeah.
Hawkswings.gov.
Yeah.
There's more people to be able to listen to us. Guys, don't mess with this.
Flicker Film Society at hawkstream.org.
Yeah.
Might say unavailable, but just search it again.
Just
you'll be fine.
keep trying.
Yeah.
You'll get it.
Someday.
Cool. So, well, let's wrap up with some upcoming events we got here with Flicker Film Society. So, we have our Flicker Fights. We have our first episode coming out tomorrow.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
we're watching
Ooh,
that
wow,
at the
that's
meeting
hype.
tomorrow.
It's
Sweet.
gonna
And
be
we got
great.
another one coming up the next week. So,
That one's gonna be really good.
yeah.
Oh, it
Ve-
is.
Very anticipated events here. And
I'm
obviously, we
lost.
have Flicker Fights brewing over here. So,
We do.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna have a couple more coming
cool.
up.
It's okay.
If you don't know what Flicker Fights are, it's essentially like a film geeks rap battle type
Lost.
It's
situation.
It's good.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Oh, whatever.
Shut up. Shut up, Brian.
Good thing nobody's listening.
Sneak peek.
Sneak peek.
So yeah,
Just
Don't
wanna
tell
sneak
anybody,
peek.
guys.
come out to the meeting tomorrow, Monday.
7 p.m.
Morton 100, 7:30.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You can show up at 7, be early,
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Better early than late.
Very true.
So, and then also we're currently in the middle of our silent film challenge.
Oh, I forgot.
So
about
yeah,
that.
make a film without synced sound or dialogue.
Can I
So-
not?
Think Buster Keaton or Charlie Chaplin.
Or you can do something modern, like something in color nowadays without
That's a good point.
synced sound.
That is a
So.
very
Can
good
I
point.
not?
You can, Brian.
Oh, can I not?
No, you can.
I
You have
can't
to.
not?
You can't not.
This is
Okay.
one of the
I
most
can't
confusing
not
conversations.
because I can definitely not, but okay.
You can.
Any viewers we had, they just logged off. Right?
Yeah, all right. This is
all two of them.
This is
I just been flicked.
Really? I didn't lose them at my start? Oh, whatever.
Cool. So also YouTube is what makes in charge of Flicker Fights and our podcast, which you're listening to right now. So
Or not.
what you're probably watching on YouTube right now.
Yep.
Most of our viewers are probably doing.
Or on huckstream.org.
Technically, it's not right now. It's in the future now.
Yeah. No, but see, if we say right now, and they're listening, then it is also right now. They're watching it right now.
All right, let's stop with the paradox stuff.
Hurting
'cause
my
it's
head,
gonna
man.
blow
So
my
yeah,
mind.
if you're interested in helping out with YouTube, we meet in Lutzy 139 Tuesdays
nah.
at 7. Also, Real
Yep.
Teal meets in the same room Wednesdays at 7. Lutzy 139. If you're
But not
interested in
this
film
Wednesday.
festivals.
Not this Wednesday.
Yeah, 'cause that's fall
Wednesday.
break.
I thought fall break
Because they're
starts-
lazy. I mean,
It starts
because it's
Thursday,
fall
but
break.
they're not doing Wednesday. But we're still meeting Tuesday.
Oh,
This Tuesday.
oh man, I have to go to class on Wednesday.
Yeah, we're still meeting us on Tuesday.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
Anyways, I don't know how to close off here.
Thank you for listening.
I'm just gonna keep
you
talking
click the like button.
until